The umbu fruit, scientifically recognized as Spondius tuberosa, represents one of the most extraordinary botanical elements of the Brazilian Caatinga, an ecosystem often misunderstood, historically neglected, and environmentally fragile. Unlike tropical rainforests such as the Amazon, the Caatinga is shaped by scarcity, scarce water, scarce rainfall, limited vegetation density, and severe heat variation. What flourishes there does not simply live, it adapts at a highly specialized evolutionary level. The umbu tree is the clearest proof. Often called the tree that cries, the umbu tree stores water within swollen tuberous roots, functioning as subterranean reservoirs capable of holding multiple liters of water. When sliced, these tubers release liquid, giving rise to the expression. In folklore, this was symbolic. The tree itself could cry, yet sustain the people who lived around it. A fruit born out of extreme ecological pressure. Regions that cultivate umbu experience average rainfall so low that most conventional fruit-bearing plants would wither. Yet umbu not only survives, it produces fruit rich in sugar, vitamin C, minerals, and acidity suitable for fermentation and preservation. This combination made it historically invaluable. Farmers and rural families depended on umbu fruit during extended dry seasons, transforming it into jams, syrups, pastes, fermented beverages, dehydrated food stocks. Long before refrigeration, umbu served as caloric insurance. In periods of drought, it fed entire settlements. A socio-economic anchor of northeastern Brazil, umbu occupies an economic role stronger than many globally famous tropical fruits. Unlike mango or papaya, which exist in large-scale monoculture, umbu remains deeply tied to traditional cultivation systems. It is harvested largely by rural cooperatives, family-based farming networks, and community associations, especially in the states of Bahia and Pernambuco. A turning point came in the late 20th century when cooperatives began exporting value-added umbu products rather than selling raw fruit cheaply. This shift allowed umbu-based goods to appear in international markets such as artisanal jams, umbu honey gel mixtures, fermented beverages, concentrated dessert pastes. This positioned umbu as a symbol of rural economic dignity, biological characteristics that defy climate logic. Umbu fruit typically appears green-yellow and ranges from plum-like size to slightly larger, depending on moisture conditions. In drier years, fruit becomes smaller and intensely flavored. In wetter cycles, sometimes rare, the fruit becomes larger, juicier, and more aromatic. Its traits include a thin edible skin, highly fragrant flesh, slight fibrous texture, sugar-acid balance comparable to passion fruit. When crushed, umbu pulp has a strikingly refreshing character. Children often eat it directly with salt or sugar. Adults incorporate it into beverages resembling sherbet or lemonade. Why its roots are legendary. The umbu tree's tuber root system is scientifically fascinating because of its hydraulic reversibility. Stored water can be redistributed across branches, maintaining photosynthesis during drought cycles. When external water is absent, the tree internalizes moisture usage and essentially runs on backup reserves. Botanists classify this as an extreme xerophytic adaptation, a desert survival strategy, a biome-wide stabilizing mechanism. In historical droughts, farmers dug into roots to extract life-sustaining water. In that sense, umbu was not only a fruit source, its very anatomy prevented dehydration casualties in the interior regions of Brazil. This symbolism positioned umbu as a literal survival organism. Cultural texture and food identity. Umbu is woven into the emotional and culinary identity of northeastern cuisine. Its role is comparable to olives in the Mediterranean or dates in North African oases, not merely food, but belonging. It appears in umbuzada, a traditional drink prepared with milk and sugar, thick and velvety. Doce de umbu, cooked fruit preserves boiled slow until deep golden. Umbu ice cream, a modernized export product. Umbu vinegar, increasing in artisanal food markets. Umbuzada historically functioned as nutritional sustenance, not simply refreshment. It combines carbohydrates, protein from milk, minerals, and hydration, an ecosystem-adapted formulation. Ecology and preservation. The Caatinga biome faces deforestation, inappropriate cattle grazing, and desertification. Umbu functions as an ecological stabilizer. Its roots preserve underground humidity. Its canopy provides animal shade. Its fallen fruits nourish fauna. Its flowers feed pollinating insects. Removing umbu reduces biodiversity buffers. Conservation programs therefore integrate umbu orchards as environmental anchors, helping reforest degraded land. Unlike fast-growing invasive species, umbu enriches local soils with organic residue and creates microhabitats under its branches. The scientific mystery of its adaptation. From a biological standpoint, Spondius species are tropical, moisture-dependent trees. Yet umbu breaks this pattern by surviving in 45 degrees Celsius peak temperatures, drastically low rainfall, high salinity soil conditions. Researchers propose that Umbu developed tuber formation as a survival mechanism during climate oscillations thousands of years ago. Its root reservoirs likely formed through generational drought stress, creating inheritable adaptation. Modern agricultural interest focuses on drought-resistant genes, carbohydrate conversion pathways, natural fructose retention under stress, root-based water sequestration models. These studies make Umbu relevant beyond cuisine, into climate resilience science. The aesthetic story. Ironically, Umbu does not have global commercial presence because its shelf life is short. Its skin bruises easily, fruit cosmetically varies, flavor is inconsistent between seasons. Supermarkets prefer visual uniformity. Umbu refuses to obey. It tastes differently each harvest. This variability is not a flaw, it is ecological transparency. Umbu reflects every drought, every rain cluster, every soil condition through its taste profile. Where industrial fruits erase seasonality, Umbu amplifies it. Final reflection. The Umbu fruit is not merely another tropical curiosity. It represents a fusion of biology, ecology, regional identity, economic symbolism, climate-driven innovation. Its presence allowed communities to endure hardship. Its roots stored what the sky withheld. Its pulp provided hydration when ground was cracked. Its name carries memory in the northeastern deserts. Umbu embodies resilience not as metaphor, but measurable science. A green gold fruit that grew where fruits should not grow, and nourished lives where agriculture should not exist. The Caatinga shaped Umbu, and Umbu, in return, shaped human survival.